We did the job as good as we could, however, it did not turn out to be satisfactory. Were you able to identify where the error is in this one? Okay, if you haven't, let me point out something, right? I can say we did a good job, but the expression that I have to put here is we did a good job, we did the job not as good as we could, but as well as we could. So here, good as an adjective does not complete meaning and grammatically, conveys the right expression. Yes. So we did the job as well as we could, not as good as we could. Okay. I need the adverb well replacing good to complete meaning. Right. It's like saying, we did our best. That I can say. Or we did a good job, I can say. But in that construction, we did as well as we could, not as good as we could or as best as we could. Okay. So the error is in part B, and you replace well with good with well. A great many teachers firmly believe that English is one of the poorest taught subjects in schools. I believe that. Were you able to identify the error? I'm going to throw two questions at you. Okay. If you answer these two questions, you'll be able to identify which part has the error. The first question is, how was English taught in schools? How was English taught in schools? That's your first question. The next question is, was English, or let me rephrase that question. Like if you answer those two questions, right? Out of all the subjects in school, of all the subjects taught in schools, which subject is taught, and then you can add the answer to question 1 in this blank here. Now tell me, what is your answer to the first question and the second question? So basically, the second one is more of a fill in the blanks, not a question, right? The answer to the second question is the answer of the first question. Can somebody give me the answer? The answer to the first question is poorly, right? What am I saying here? Remember, taught is my verb, the action word, right? And how is it taught? Whenever I ask that question, I always need a adverb, right? You can give me the answer from the context itself. Think of anything else. Right? The context has already established the fact that boss, it's not been taught well, and the word choice that they've used is poor. However, the form is incorrect. Right? How was English taught in schools? Poorly. It was taught poorly. I can't answer that saying poorest. I don't need the superlative form here. However, the context is also addressing that boss, not all the subjects were taught poorly. Out of all the subjects taught in schools, the subject that was taught poorly was English, right? Poorly, and of course, if you look at this as a question, the answer is English. The blank answer is poorly, exactly. So, which means the error is in part C, no doubt, right? So, I need to incorporate both these questions. So, how will I incorporate? I will say, a great many teachers firmly believe that English is one of. How will I incorporate the superlative degree as well as the adverb poorly? One of the most poorly taught subjects in schools, right? So our answer is most poorly taught. Are you with me? Right? So I have the superlative form as well as I have the correct adverb form describing or modifying the action word taught. So a great many teachers firmly believe that English is one of the most poorly taught subjects in schools, not poorest taught. That is incorrect. Are you guys following? Right, so basically these sort of errors that we've looked at least the last two ones, right? The first one is I needed an adverb well to replace the adjective good, and the second one is again I needed the adverb poorly to replace the superlative form poorest, which is incorrect, right? That's why I put those two questions. So if you get the answers to those questions, you'll know that you might have identified part C as an error because you think something is wrong. You don't know the concept behind it. Now you know, right? So error is in part C, one of the most poorly taught subjects in school. So it addresses both those components. One is I need the right adverb, and the other one is I need the superlative form in the right construction. Here goes. Read. He did not eat the apple because it tasted bitterly and was slightly rotten. Right? Why are we replacing bitterly? I know is the adverb form. Why am I replacing it to the adjective bitter? Simply because my question is, what did the apple taste like? Right? That is my question, which means I need an adjective describing the taste. Right? So that's why I will change bitterly to bitter. Yeah? So the error is in part C. Most of you got that right. Good. He ran so fastly that he reached the destination in just 2 minutes. This one again is an easy one. Yes, right? Most of you got that right again. Error is in part A. Please remember that fast is both an adjective and an adverb. Right? So how did he run? He ran fast. Right? I don't need fastly here. Fast itself gives me the right meaning, completing meaning. So he ran so fast that he reached the destination in just 2 minutes. Again, the meaning that it brings here is quickly or rapidly. Although he is usually rude with everyone, he behaved nice with all of us today. Although he is usually rude with everyone, he behaved nice with all of us today. If 15 seconds are running, please identify the error. So the reason why I intentionally put these is just for you to understand context and see when do I need an adjective, when do I need an adverb. Yes, that is right. The error is in part C, right? How did he behave? Although he is usually rude with everyone, he behaved nicely with all of us today. I need an adverb to modify the action word behave. Yeah? So that is basically word class for you, right? All those 5 example sentences that we looked at basically tells us, hey, okay, in the context, do I need an adverb? Do I need an adjective? Do I need a noun? Do I need a verb, right? Something that you constantly need to keep looking out for. And it's important for you to understand that not all the words that end with ly are adverbs. For example, fast, right? Fast itself is an adverb. And I don't need fastly to prove that. Yeah.